Hey fam, I'm Antonia and thank you for being here. Are you ready for number? This is going to feel like a very different energy than we felt in this. I'm channeling for us collectively. Dreams will be realized. We're going to take a look and see what September has in store for each sign individually in just a minute. But first of all, I need to thank you guys so much. And first, I hit subscribers at the time of filming this. I'm almost at about, which is mind blowing to me because this channel is not even a year old. So thank you guys so much for your support here. To celebrate subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway every single Friday on Instagram. We did this once and I guess it went over really well. You guys get to ask me one free question and I choose a handful of winners. A good amount of info comes through even just for one question, so it's very much worth your while. But as always, I will still be giving away 2 free readings, 2 more extensive readings here on YouTube. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment below your video. Let me know that you have subscribed. Let me know what you thought of the messages that came through, if you resonated with any of them. And I will notify winners from here forward on Instagram and on Twitter, both Urban Soul Guru, okay? Because some of you are missing notifications on YouTube, so I want to make sure winners know that they have won. So again, winners will be notified at the very end of the month, of each month, on Instagram and on Twitter. Now let's take a look. Let's check out this energy for her. Let's see what's in store. Hey Aries, this reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to take a look at your general overview first. Then love, I will have timestamps down below. Aries, general overview. 13. Aries, general overview. 15. General overview. Now, Aries, getting this really playful energy. I'm getting this life of a party energy, but I'm also getting that you guys are letting go of heavy baggage. You don't want that weight. You don't want that weight. You don't care who takes it. You don't care how you have to get rid of it. Okay? And it feels like that's the right thing to do. Just make sure you don't put that weight onto somebody else's shoulders if it's not deserving. But I don't feel like you guys will be too inclined to do that. It just feels like I'm done. I'm over it. I'm moving on. I'm going to enjoy life. This is very empowered, very, very empowered energy I'm feeling from the Aries community. But let's get a little bit more clarity. Aries, general overview number 13. I'm actually getting to someone may be carrying your luggage. Someone be carrying your luggage, okay? For some of you, someone literally be carrying your luggage, and that's fine. You have help. But just make sure, say that's a partner. And I know I overpack. I'm a Gemini. I'm so guilty of overpacking. Anywhere I go, you have a bunch of bags, your partner be irritated having to cart them around, okay? So even though you don't want to deal with the baggage, make sure you don't, like, dump it on, like, the innocent party who happens to just be traveling. Like, you know, they have like their one bag and they're super good about traveling like that. I see somebody being a little irritated about that, but it's kind of humorous because that's probably someone in love and they probably already know that they're going to do that for you. I'm also feeling somebody is carrying your luggage. Okay, I'm going to say this. Maybe a little bit manipulative and maybe a little bit codependent. Like, okay, I'll help you, Aries, but it's really because they need your energy. It's really because they need to be around you. So they'll literally do whatever it is that you want them to do. If you're not paying this person to be an assistant, really see somebody's motivations. Is this just love and you're just being generous and you're being kind, okay? And you communicate, can you handle this? Is it okay that you're carrying 6 bags and you only packed 1? And if they say yes, then that's great. But if you're seeing somebody sort of, I don't know, it's almost like it's a little too much. You're like, but I packed this and I'm perfectly fine getting like a little cart and I can wheel it myself. Like, what are you doing? Like, give me that back. It just feels like someone may be trying to take on something to show you like, hey, Aries, I'm worthy. Hey, Aries, pay attention to me. And it feels like in an innocent way, it could be a little manipulative. So just keep your eyes open for that energy. First card out here is assertiveness. Aries, you know that behavior. You know what I'm talking about, right? Someone trying to be in your good graces, but they're just going like above and beyond, like it's too much. It's not even flattery anymore. It's almost like insulting. Like, I got this. I can do this. I'm good. And someone's trying to like I don't want to say baby you, or you're like, I'm not fragile, I can carry bags. I mean, I can carry this weight, I'm fine with it. That's who you're going to need to be assertive with. Call them out. I'm definitely feeling some codependent energies. Now, this isn't necessarily just in love. This could be codependent energies of people that you work with, especially people who you are around. It's for someone, especially if they take on that role of assistant and you are paying them. But sometimes we allow people to come into our lives and it's intimate to have an assistant, especially if you run your own business, especially if you travel with them. Those kinds of people, as much as there's so much value and it's so great to find somebody who you're really compatible with, they overstep. Those people overstep some boundaries, okay? And it's really just to get into your good graces, to be seen as more of a friend. And that's okay. Extend that kindness if you want to, and I think that you will. But also recognize there has to be healthy boundaries around, well, I hired you for work, so I still need you to work for me. And I'm just seeing a little bit of a blurred line, okay, between work and something a little personal here. So be assertive, not aggressive, not passive aggressive. That they do need to be called out on that. If that's happening, ask universe for what it is that you want. Also ask universe for help. If you feel like in business you are not aligning with people who could genuinely help you, I'm getting help the cause. If there are people who cannot help the cause, those are people you have to cut ties with this month, okay? Because you've got your own baggage. Now I'm going to carry the weight, but you're more than capable if you have to. You don't need people. I'm getting this sense of like people want you to see how much you need them. And honestly, Aries, I think that that you do to some extent. You value and you appreciate people around you. I'm not getting a lack of that. I'm not getting a deficit of gratitude here. I think that you do genuinely appreciate people who help you. But it's like this overabundance of someone needing you to say, good job, thank you again for the millionth time today. It's like, it's really draining for you. And it could also be really distracting. Also, people not carrying the weight, okay? Not carrying the weight when they need to carry the weight. I see you needing to ask for more compatible work partners, for more compatible assistants, for more compatible staff. And you may not think those are things that you should be manifesting and using law of attraction to call in. Do that because it's going to make your life a whole lot more healthy. It's going to make things run smoother. Okay, I just keep getting this visual, Aries. I'm just going to go back to it because it comes too strong enough. And again, for some of you, this is literal, and for others of you, this is not. I just keep getting this visual of someone carrying your bags, your abundance of bags that you are more than capable of carrying yourself, but they just like run for it and they do it. And somebody kind of like stumbling over themselves. Like they really want to be helpful, but they're actually slowing you down. I think that's really why this visual keeps coming up. Somebody is codependent. They be trying to be helpful, but they be blocking creative energy. They be blocking life force energy for you. It could be draining you. It could be slowing you down. It's important to ask universe here, center the reading again for clarity on exactly how to handle that, exactly what is going on, those kinds of personalities that might be draining and you don't really want to see that person in that light. Ask universe for that clarity here. But look, another manifestation for what is it that you want? What kind of relationships do you want around you? I feel like you want people who are at your level. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter if they're your best friend. It doesn't matter if you hire them as an assistant. It doesn't matter if they're your boss. It doesn't matter if they're your significant other. Feels like Aries wants somebody at their level, someone who works as hard, someone who can keep up, someone who's not intimidated, someone who can help, but someone who can also appreciate when you don't need that help and respects those boundaries. Feels like those are the kinds of people you need to be asking for and utilizing a law of attraction for. Universe will bring these people in quickly, Aries. So make use of that. Make time for that. Okay, make sure you have your energy out there for that this month because it does feel like you need some different people around you. It doesn't mean everybody's different. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that everybody has to go or that anybody has to go, but it feels like something needs to be shifted. If it's somebody who's stumbling over your bags and slowing you down, you maybe need to say, look, here are my healthy boundaries around this. Here's what is beneficial and here's what is not okay. Here are the things I know you're doing with good intentions, but these things don't work for me. It's those kinds of conversations. Assertiveness, okay? To be assertive about. I think for some of you, you'd be having that conversation with a little kid who's like, I want to be helpful. I'm going to carry bags because I'm a big boy, I'm a big girl. Like little kids, they want to be needed. And that's beautiful energy. That codependent energy I get. But if that sort of like innocent childlike energy is coming through like grown men and grown women around you, that's where the red flag is. Okay, now if it's your children, it can be a little bit irritating at times, but it's also really endearing. And I know how close you are to children. I know, Aries, your connection with children is really beautiful and it's unique. I feel like Aries' connection to children tends to be unique in a really beautiful way because there's so much that you can teach. I feel like you guys make really great teachers, really great mentors. So this may not just be your own child. This could be a niece or nephew. I feel like some of you may actually be teachers. You have a little kid in the classroom slowing things down, interrupting, lessons to ask questions, or they want to be your little helper. It feels like that little kid energy. That's beautiful. That I know you can navigate gracefully and with love, and you'll probably even enjoy that, even if it like gets on your nerves sometimes. I see you guys actually really loving that because it shows you that this child, especially if you're a teacher, they are into what you're teaching. They're in it. They're present. Beautiful energy. But again, when it's showing up in grown people, it's like, I don't need you to be a child who wants to be seen as more grown than they are. I just need you to be grown because you are grown. It's that kind of energy that I'm getting for you. Ask, okay, send to the reading. Bye-bye. You will have a shower of abundance this month as long as you ask for it. You will see success in every business that you have dip a toe into or you full-blown own. You will have success in every single thing that you do as long as you ask. What is it that you want? What should the success look like? What exactly are you hoping to accomplish? How does this benefit other people around you? How does this benefit people collectively? That's what universe wants to know. But ask for it and you will receive. This abundance, again, can also come in the form of really helpful people, really compatible people to work. Okay? You are allowed to use love attraction across the board. This doesn't just have to pertain to love. This doesn't just have to pertain to calling in a little bit of money. You're allowed to ask for what it is that you want across the board areas. Utilize that. That also be something you're teaching your child. If you are teaching a child about law of attraction, those be conversations you're having. That feels like for a small percentage of you be having that conversation and teaching your children about energy and how it all works, which is really beautiful. And I think that will create a really long-lasting bond. It's something with more depth. For the majority of you, just make sure you're asking for what you want and you need at this time. So again, we come back to what it is that you desire. Do you know? If not, make sure you're meditating. Make sure you're cleansing so you can hear these answers. Make sure you're connecting with what it is you're passionate about, being really honest. You're not forcing anything, okay? Make sure you are only manifesting what it is you truly want and not having any guilt for that, okay? This is clarified. I think some of you, well, I'm definitely going to move for some of you. Some of you need to be by the water more often, and there's just more gracefully there. There's more life force energy there for you and getting healthier body, but I'm also getting less stress. So some of you, it's okay to ask for this. Ask universe for those big things. No goal is too big to ask for help for or to bring in, to manifest in, as long as you are setting the intention of in alignment of free will, highest good and harm to none, okay? Then you manifest what is divinely perfect for you. For others of you, it feels like you need rest. You need rest. You need time to rejuvenate. You need more water in your diet, but it feels like you need time to like relax. You need time to nurture inner and outer. I'm definitely getting more sleep here. I'm really getting more water here. But it's like, okay, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting retreating by the water. So for some of you, if you're working so hard, it's endless. And I think that's why you guys are setting into the shower of abundance, because you're working so incredibly hard to retreat. Ask for it. Don't feel guilty, even if you need to go alone. Even if you have to tell loved ones, sorry, you got to stay back. I'm gonna burn out if I don't do this, because that is what it feels like. But Archangel Michael does come through, letting you know that everything is okay, but you do need to take care of yourself. And if you need more time to take care of yourself, ask for that. Okay, see only love on your reading. This usually speaks to something not working out that you really had your heart set on, okay, or meeting not working out. You didn't have the outcome that you expected. This really feels like a relationship at work. It didn't turn out the way you expected. It was someone who was being childish and they just couldn't handle it. And honestly, this feels like this childish energy, that person who can't handle all the bags and all the baggage, or they're doing a little too much and they're slowing you down. It feels like you have gone into work where you've hired somebody who's a friend, a child of a friend, your own child, somebody that you're very close to, and you don't want to sever those ties. Something's not working out. You don't necessarily have to close the door completely, but it does feel like you have to have some conversations here. Something didn't work out the way you wanted it, but it's okay. There's a blessing in disguise here. Now you will know exactly what it is you do need and you do you want, you can ask for it. Bottom of the deck here, we're getting release and surrender, and this goes hand in hand beautifully with the ocean. Release and surrender to universe so that you're back in divine flow. But it feels like you need to surrender to a retreat. You need to release and surrender that stress, that endless work ethic. You need to chill out a little bit, okay? Because your health may suffer if you don't. Places here, okay, Aries. So we're gonna take a look at love. Let's take a look at love and see how this all ties in. Aries in love. So let's see. Aries in love. 19. You know, Aries, that codependent energy is here right now. Some of you have a codependent partner. It's not necessarily that you're working with them. It's just that energy is draining you, and now you don't have enough energy to invest into your work, or you're feeling a little drained or a little distracted while you work. Someone needing you all the time is not healthy, and I think that that's a little bit of a turnoff for an Aries. You know, you're so independent. You want to be with somebody who's equally independent. Recognize that behavior if that's coming up in a partner. It's healable, but if it lingers, it's either going to interfere with work or it already is, and it's time to set those healthy boundaries. It's time for those assertive conversations, okay? So Aries in love. Aries in love. Okay. Calling in a soulmate. Soulmates show up with lessons. Soulmates show up with lessons, and they're not always easy ones. Some of you are dealing with soulmates who are codependent. You're not supposed to necessarily step out of these relationships. They show up to teach you something as well. You showed up for them to help them acknowledge this codependence, because again, Aries, the way you deal with people, you know how to communicate very well, but you do it assertively. You're just born teachers. You're just really great at explaining things to people. As long as you don't get aggressive about it, this will go over really well. You have this soulmate that's really grateful that you pointed this out to them. And they're not trying to drain you. They don't want to do that to you, okay? So this definitely feels like somebody worthy of keeping around for this little bit of healing. For those of you single, it looks like you'll be calling in a soulmate after a breakup. But look at what's at the core. Okay, release your ex. Lingering energies. Okay, definitely getting this for some of you. Lingering energies, incredibly codependent and codependent relationships in the past, especially if you've recently separated. It feels like, yes, that is still interfering with work, but it blocked the soulmate, okay? So make sure coming into the month, especially that water energy that came up in the first spread, the release and surrender, the ocean card, you need to retreat to regroup after love. So they have to do with love for you more than just somebody that you're working with. There's a lot of soulmate energy here that is beautiful energy. Yeah, we have commitment and soulmate on both sides of release your ex. You called in somebody worthy and worthwhile, or you're very close to this, because this energy feels like it's already here for you, Aries. We have calling in your soulmate, okay, and we have wedding. So a soulmate where you will have major commitments with. Now, for those of you who already have major commitments with a soulmate, it does feel like you guys are dealing with something karmic. It's time to heal it, and you move on, and you will. Feels like you are on your way to resolving it this month. If it doesn't come full circle in the month of December, it probably will over the next couple of months, especially if it's something like codependence. It does take a little bit to heal that, but you should be seeing positive steps forward. For those of you who are dealing with exes, ex energy lingering, it block this for you. If you don't cut those cords, if you continue to entertain conversations, I feel like sometimes you get bored. For you think it's harmless and your ex doesn't mind. Maybe like a random phone call or a random text when you're bored. I'm definitely getting some hookup energy here with exes, and it seems like it's harmless because neither of you are trying to get back together, and it just serves whatever purpose you need it to serve in that moment. But there are cords that continuously reconnect. So you be cutting cords and then you reconnect them. It's not as harmless as it seems, preventing you for much higher vibing commitments here. So out with the exes, okay? If you're ready for somebody new to come in, you really have to make that space. You really have to clear that ex energy. For those of you in committed relationships, you be seeing old exes surface, especially those that you had committed relationships with. There are definitely soulmates, a soulmate for you in the past. I feel them and see them resurfacing at work. So you've met at work, or while you're traveling for work or something work related. I see them sort of resurfacing Try not to let that throw you out of balance. Handle it gracefully and move on with your life, because I'm not seeing that they're supposed to come back. And your soulmate, clarify by getting to know each other. This is about calling in a new soulmate. This is a new person, or new conversations, a new personality. They feel lighter hearted, not quite as intense, not quite as serious as the ex. Someone a little more childish and a little more playful. And that may not be your thing, Aries, but you're going to really enjoy this. I'm getting Virgo. I'm getting Gemini for you. Maybe Libra too, or like a cusp of Virgo and Libra. That feels like the newer person who's showing up, who should stay. It's somebody who's a little bit more lighthearted. It feels like the X energy feels a little bit more like a Scorpio energy. Like there's a lot of depth there. There's a lot of sexual chemistry. There's a lot of physical chemistry. Really deep conversations, but it's serious all the time. And that's really attractive, I think, to a point. But it feels like Aries is craving somebody who has depth and has that spiritual connection, but who can also play and have fun and be lighthearted. Like you want someone who can go out and socialize with you. You want somebody who, when it's just the two of you together, you're enjoying your time, and somebody who is grown enough and has enough depth where your conversations can be deep at times, where you can deal with issues, where you can heal together and work through issues and karmic things that come up. Somebody who's not just like stuck there, okay? It feels like maybe somebody in the past felt a little stuck in that space. They couldn't really let go, and that wasn't really fulfilling for you long term. This feels like someone you may not have that magnetic physical chemistry with, like right off the bat, but once you explore how fun this is, you're going to realize you actually do have a lot of physical chemistry. It's just going to look and feel a little different for you. For those of you already in committed relationships, yeah, it just feels like there's just more depth. You guys just feel like you're communicating more, especially if you or your partner has been incredibly busy with work. You may not have been communicating as much as you needed to. And getting something happen in July. What happened in July? That feels particularly true for those of you in committed relationships. Something and it may not be a bad thing. It could just be work took off and you were just really busy, or someone was traveling. It feels like something around July. You need to recover from that now. You guys need to reconnect. You need to have you guys need to have more depth, but it feels like you need to have conversations and also have more fun together. I feel like almost like a reunion for those of you in committed relationships, like a reunion of your love. Like a rekindling of something really special. Okay, so release your ex center of the reading. Clarify by it is safe for you to love. You let go of this energy. There's somebody beautiful and brilliant and kind and loving coming in. You will have chemistry with them. You don't have to sacrifice it. It's not just a friendship here. This isn't a forced love, but it does feel like it will grow. It won't be instantaneous, but it will grow. You will be pleased with this. This is a much healthier situation and a more fulfilling situation. And you'll appreciate that you have more than just that physical chemistry. You appreciate that it's not just that person you want to call for a hookup or those random texts when you're a little bored. Like this is someone who just brings so much more to the table. Okay, feels like more compatibility here. Look at this. Wedding. Serious commitments here. Verified by reconciliation. I don't know. I'm feeling release the ex, not go back to the ex for the majority of you Aries. It really feels like the ex is blocking you from the commitment with a higher vibing love and a more fulfilling love, something healthier. Use caution here. You could be missing something. But I do feel like for some of you, again, it's not even so much that you guys want to get back together permanently. It's that you kind of do the back and forth thing. You do the back and forth thing, like the random little meetups, or like the text messages or the conversations because you're bored or it's a birthday, or that's gonna block the good love here. I'm really feeling no to reconciliations pretty much across the board. The only reconciliations that I see really being positive for Aries is if it's not a breakup, that you would come together and rekindle things, but it's like someone who you already have commitment with and they've been traveling or you've been working and you just haven't been in each other's presence enough. That is a reconciliation that will be incredibly positive. But for those of you who have gone through true separations, breakups with the partner, it's all about the new. Okay, this month, crowning your reading is passion. There's so much passion here. I think there's passion with the ex too, and I think that's why it's hard to let go of that energy, because you're afraid you're not going to have that kind of chemistry again. You will, and it will be better. I think that's the message here. You will, and it will be better. It's not just like that magnetic, you lose yourself in it. It's like there's so much more to it. It will wind up being more fulfilling healing. But I do feel like somebody coming in, you're passionate about them, but that passion will grow over time. It will evolve over time as you see how special they are. You see that it's more than just physical. You recognize you have intellectual chemistry with them. The conversations are so good. The bottom of the deck, keep an open mind. I just don't think this person is normally your type. Soulmate just doesn't feel like somebody who's normally your type. Keep an open mind to them. Again, if you're dealing with that codependent energy in a current relationship, keep an open mind to them healing, to this healing. Okay, keep an open mind to those kinds of conversations. It doesn't feel like you're supposed to separate from anybody that you're dating right now. Okay, so I think in terms of committed relationships, things are really solid. I feel like things are pretty stable. If anything, rejuvenate something, you rekindle that passion, and you come home to each other. I mean, you really come home to each other, not just come home and fall asleep, not just come home and see the other person already asleep, you know? So you come home and you get here, like, look at this, that reconciliation. It's like, there's passion there, there's romance there. And then you have this here too, like, that I would expect for those of you in committed relationships, you rekindle some passion, like in a pretty major way this month. If you're single and you want to attract somebody new, no going back to the ex. It's just taking up too much space, and those lingering energy cords is blocking some blessings here, okay? Otherwise, this is looking really good. It's a really beautiful month ahead. Aries, if you feel like you need more clarity, reach out to me. I'm available for private readings. I'm available for energy healing. You guys know I'm a shaman. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I will be back mid-month for your mid-month love reading. But in the meantime, I'm sending you some love, like gratitude. I will see you guys back here soon.